Hey, what's up guys, Sedge here. Welcome to the Q&A video. Hope you're all having a good day. I just want to quickly thank you for sending in your questions. So we're going to start off. I'm not really going to talk about anything else but the actual questions, and yeah. So I'm going to be reading a bunch of YouTube questions that I got from the comments, and then I'm going to switch to the Xbox questions that I got. So yeah, the first question is from JC, and he says, "Hi Sedge, I was wondering if you ever joined sub parties." So, yeah, I mean I do. I don't really join parties. I do join private chats. But if I'm not playing Dark Souls, or if I'm not doing anything on Dark Souls that involves being online, yeah, I'll join a party. A lot of you, or some of you might know, I have talked to a lot of my subscribers in private chat, so yeah. And next question. The next question comes from Jason DKS, and he asks, what do you use to record your gameplay? Now, I'm going to kind of extend this question a bit, and I'll tell you what I use to edit and other stuff, because I don't really want the same question to be repeated. And this question wasn't repeated, just in case you think I'm talking about you, but I use Elgato to record my gameplay. It's definitely pretty much the best recording software. I wouldn't advise getting a HD PVR, because, first of all, nobody uses those anymore, and as far as I know, they're not reliable, and they're a lot harder to use than an Elgato. I use Sony Vegas to edit my videos, and if you can hear my cat scratching in the background, I'm sorry. And I use Photoshop for any graphics, headers, or thumbnails, stuff like that. So yeah, they're all really good programs. They're like top notch for YouTube. They're really complicated though, but if you master them, then you have a really good shot at being a really good YouTuber. Anyway, thanks for the question, man. Next question. Next question comes from Mr. Fluffy DJ Pie. That's an awesome name. And he says, what is the best kind of build in your opinion? So I'm going to assume he's talking about Dark Souls, or else nothing would make sense. But by far it has got to be Faith Dex build. And I'll tell you why in a second. Actually, no, I am literally going to tell you right now. Basically, I think that's the best because you can do a lot of damage. You obviously have a lot of health, but the key aspect of it is being fast. To be honest, I don't really know why people go for strength builds. Maybe it's for more poise, or maybe it's to look better, or more defense. I guess that's the only downside of a dex build, is that you don't have a lot of defense. But you do have really good spells and shit like that, buffs and Sacred Oath and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's definitely a Dex/Faith build. Those are usually the most common ones as well, but definitely whoever uses strength builds, you have my respect, because that shit is hard to use, really hard to use. But with a Dex build, you pretty much counteract strength builds, and I don't know, pretty much every other build really. I'm not sure how many builds you can have. I know there's a strength build, I know there's a dex build, faith dex build, maybe there's an intelligence one as well, I don't know. But yeah, faith dex. Thanks for the question, man. What's your opinion on... oh shit, sorry. Shetman asks, what's your opinion on dark magic users on Dark Souls 1? Lel. I really don't know what the whole big fuss about it is. I mean, I haven't PvP'd in PvE areas, so there haven't really been people that disrespectful to use dark magic. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but it's basically I've never really had any experience with anybody doing anything bad with dark magic. I mean, I know it's overpowered and shit, or it's not really overpowered, but it's hard to counteract in a way, which makes it kind of overpowered. But I mean, there was this one occasion where I got completely owned by dark magic, by a PvE actually, but that I was ganking with an NPC, so that was probably the reason. But I don't know, yeah, I mean, Dark Souls 1, I haven't had any really bad experience with people using dark magic, or any magic in general actually. I mean, I will admit that Dark Moonblade is like overpowered as fuck, but that's not dark magic, obviously, so it's kind of, you know, irrelevant. And yeah, that's really my opinion. I mean, it's magic is cheap in Dark Souls. I'll just say that. So yeah, thanks for the question, man. Really appreciate it. And here we go. Next question. Alcatraz. Will you ever do different games or just Dark Souls? I don't know. I really do not know. This guy, guys, I do know him personally. I mean, I'm not gonna really reveal any details, but I'll just say I know him personally. And he really like shit. Now I want to edit this part out because I kind of fucked it up. But anyway, I'm just gonna say it. Like, the thing about Dark Souls is there's so much to do. It's really hard to. Well, I mean, it's not hard to get bored of a game. You know, if you overplay, it's gonna get boring. But there's Dark Souls is just a game where you can do so much. It's unreal, and I say this because I know you don't really like fantasy games or medieval games. Kind of, you like realism and shit like that, and I like it as well. But Dark Souls is very realistic. May not seem like it with magic, but in terms of like the historical side of it, in a way, there are, you know, most of the weapons are real. You know, everything, the game mechanics are awesome, PvP, everything, the bosses are amazing, and it's just really a really well done game. So I probably will move on, like, from Dark Souls to do something else eventually, but it's not going to be soon, I'll tell you that. And even if I do move on, it's going to be to a game that's, well, I mean, I'm probably going to do Dark Souls still, but I'm also going to do a game that's kind of in the same genre, or whatever the hell the word is, the same franchise basically, so medieval in a way. I don't really want to move, you know, onto like Black Ops or Minecraft or shit like that. You know, it's just, I've tried it and it didn't go well. I'm just gonna stick to what I know I can do. But anyway, man, we'll see. Maybe I'll be able to. I'm not too sure, but for now it's just gonna be Dark Souls. Thanks for the question, man. So the next question comes from my friend Colton, and he says, "Do you even lift, bro?" And I'm sure you know that I do. This guy's like my gym buddy in a way. So yeah, I do lift. I'm not really sure how I can elaborate on this question for it to actually, you know, be an answer in a way, aside from saying yes. So yeah, this guy is like my gym buddy. You know, we lift and whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. The answer is yes. I'm just gonna move on before I start sounding too cocky. Next question. And by the way, thanks. Robert Wild, or Robert Wildy, or Wild. Spit or swallow. Now that's how do I say it? That's a classic one right there. Honestly, I wouldn't really get into a situation where I'd have to choose, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. So I honestly can't say neither of them. So I'm just gonna have to say neither, you know. You should have been more specific. You should have put in brackets, you have to pick. Because I know how this shit works. I do it to my friends all the time, you know. I say, do this or do that, and then they say neither, and I say, no dude, you have to pick one, or else you do both of them. So yeah, man, you should have been more specific if you wanted to get me. Alright, fucking hell, this is awkward. But yeah, thanks for the question, man, honestly. Very original. Next question. Oh shit, this is the same one. Alright, so that's all the YouTube comments, and now we're gonna go on to the bad boy Xbox comments. This is where the good shit is. Alright, so the first question comes from Sublimed Track 5, and he asks, do you enjoy Dark Souls 1 more than 2? Dark Souls 2. And there is no real answer to this, because honestly, they're both great. Well, actually, there is a real answer, and I'll tell you in a second, but they're both really good games. I could argue this for a while, actually. You know, one game does better than the other. But yes, I do enjoy Dark Souls 1 more than 2. Just, first of all, the graphics on Dark Souls 1, I don't know if they're better, but they just suit the game better. Like, in Dark Souls 2, they just look too smooth. Everything's too smooth for some reason. I don't know if it's just me, but I just prefer the Dark Souls 1 graphics. Everything's a bit like sharper and it just looks better in my opinion. Secondly, the game, like the geography, the landscape, everything in Dark Souls 1 is done better than Dark Souls 2. And I'm sure a lot of you will know, like, there's plenty of areas in Dark Souls 2 where nothing makes sense. Like when you go into Harvest Valley and then you somehow end up in the Iron Keep. There's another one that I forgot. Oh yeah, when you go to Aldia's, when you go to the Aldi area and then you end up like in the sky somewhere just by using an elevator. It just does not make sense. Dark Souls 1 did this amazingly. Everything made sense. Like the whole landscape was perfectly done. But in Dark Souls 2, it just does not make sense. I will say one thing. I prefer PvP in Dark Souls 2. It feels better in Dark Souls 1, but I prefer it in Dark Souls 2 because there's a bit more variety in weapons, like good weapons. You know, there's loads of weapons in both of them, but a lot of them you wouldn't use for PvP. It's usually just a rapier that you use, this and that, and my cat's going on my bed, so I may have to cut the video in a minute because I'm not having him there. Don't want no hairs on my bed. But yeah, like I was saying, there's loads of variety in weapons in both of them, but I think Dark Souls 2, sorry, does a better job of kind of implementing them in a way that you'd actually use them for PvP, like the twin blades. I don't know what the actual weapon type is called, but I just call them twin blades. You know, that is really, I really did like that in Dark Souls 2. The rapiers are still the same and shit. And yeah, but I just like Dark Souls 1 better. It's the original. It deserves to be liked more than the, you know, sequel or prequel or whatever sequel, that's what it's called. So I don't really want to spend any more time on this question because it is a really kind of in-depth question. I could go on for ages and ages, and I don't really want to bore people with just one question. So honestly, thanks for the question. I hope I answered it the best I could. But yeah, next question. So the next question comes from Human Beatbox Though, and he asks, would you ever consider doing videos with subs, like different things such as talent mail or talent shows or something? And I honestly would love to do something like that because my channel is based on Dark Souls, and Dark Souls only for the time being. So something like this that's not game related, just, you know, maybe reading messages from my subs or something, that would be awesome. I would honestly love to do that. As far as like playing with subs and doing videos with subs, again, that is something I'm like open to, and I'll do it any day. But you guys have to understand that sometimes I'm like really busy sometimes. I can't do shit. A lot of you guys don't have the same levels as me, so I can't summon you in. I can't do, you know, it's this is the exact reason why I had to cancel the last video. And again, I'm sorry for that, but it's just really hard to organize it sometimes, which really demotivates me to do anything with my subs. But it's not your fault, it's literally mine. I just sometimes I lose motivation, but I will do. It's not like a maybe, it's a definitely. I will do videos with subs. Like something like talent mail, like that sounds awesome, but the only thing is that I don't know how many people would actually be willing to do things like that. Like I know this guy, Human Beatboxer, I know he can beatbox. I haven't heard him, but he wants to like kind of show it to me in a way. Maybe I could like show you guys, you tell me what you think of him, and you send him a message saying how he could improve if you know how to beatbox or something. But that's like, you're like the only one, and I am talking to you, Human Beatbox though. You're like the only one with a talent. Like I don't know, maybe other people have it as well, but it's really hard to kind of have a talent that's kind of verbal in a way, or how do I say it? You know, you can sing, obviously, you can beatbox, then there's, yeah, that's pretty much it. You can't really do anything else, so it's kind of hard to make a series on talent when there's not a lot of, you know, variety of talents that you can do with your mouth. And that's what she said. Thank you very much. I'll save you from commenting that. But I would honestly be down for it. Like, I do want to get things that are different out there, and I've never heard of doing talent shows or something like that, so that's a very original idea, and I will definitely keep it in mind. So yeah, man, thanks for the question. I hope I answered it. I hope I answered it to my best potential and for you to actually understand. Sometimes I just really go off topic, but yeah. Next question. The next question comes from Solid Blade 69, and he asks, if you were to host a fight club in Dark Souls 1 and 2, where would you do it? Now, I really love this question. I actually, when I got this, I spent like 20 minutes thinking about it, and in Dark Souls 1, I don't know if you can put your sign there, but I would absolutely die if you could, like, honestly. You guys know where you go to fight Gwendolyn? That area? Like, that literally looks like it was made to be an arena. I'm pretty sure you can put your sign down. No, you can't put your sign down because there's a bonfire too close, but oh my goodness. If you could actually put your sign there, and fight there, it would be so amazing because the way it's made, there's like a circle and then there's another circle, so you could kind of put prism stones around it, and you'd have to fight in that one circle. If you leave, then you like either get disqualified or you get hit to get put back in and shit like that. I think it would be amazing. Of course you can't put your sign down, but that's what I've always wanted, where I've always wanted to fight in Dark Souls. But because you can't actually put it there, I'm just gonna say Arno Londo. I'd definitely host it in Arno Londo. It's got the nicest color scheme, and the thing with me is for me the environment is important. I like to have good vision. I like to like kind of feel warm and cozy in the area. For the forest, for example, it looks like a cold area. Like you imagine yourself walking in there in real life, and it looks cold. I just don't feel cozy, and if you heard that, then I'm sorry. It wasn't a fart. It was actually me clapping my hands. But again, I'd probably just host it in Arno Londo on Dark Souls 1. In Dark Souls 2, I did have one. I did think of one, but now I forgot it. Let's see. I would love to fight where the pursuer is. I mean, I know you can't put your sign there, as far as I know anyway. So it would probably, again, and Majula. I'd love to fight in Majula as well. But I'd probably just go for Hades Tower of Flame because Hades Tower of Flame and Arno Londo are really similar. Like, I mean, obviously not, but they are very similar in like colors and just the way they look and shit like that. So I'd probably pick Arno Londo and Hades Tower of Flame. So I hope that answered it, man. Thanks for the question. Next one. Mystic Yurt, I hope I said that right, and he asks, why did you start YouTube? This is another topic that I could talk about ages and ages because there's just so many things that inspired me and wanted, first of all, the main reason was because I wanted to be an entertainer. I wanted to, I don't know, I didn't exactly want to be a musician. I'm not that type of entertainer. But I always wanted to make like videos, maybe films or something like that. It just feels like that's what I want to do, and that's the biggest reason why I started, because I just wanted to entertain people. A lot of people in my school used to say well, some of them still do, but I may have lost my shit and I'm not as funny as I used to be, but a lot of people said I was funny, so I was like, oh, maybe if I made shit on YouTube, I could get somewhere. And I know a lot of you guys don't watch this for the comedy, obviously. I don't even know why a lot of you watch this. If you could leave a comment down saying why, I'd love to know, actually. Because, I mean, when you think about it logically, well, that was a really bad way to say something, but I'm shit at Dark Souls. I don't know if I'm funny, like, I honestly can't judge myself, and I'm gonna shut up now because I'm going so off topic, but another reason is because I love editing. I love trying out new things with like new programs. This is why, I downloaded the Sony Vegas thing, and now I'm trying to like get better at editing and shit to make more entertaining videos and stuff like that. But I don't know, kind of to make a community as well. I've always wanted to create something that is always going to be there for other people as well as me. So, for example, right now I'm trying to like create a Dark Souls community. I mean, I know Dark Souls is a community already, but I want to kind of create one myself. Just so, I had an idea, like, I'm just going to go off topic for a bit, where Anybody can go on my friends list, and the whole friends list would be filled with people who are online playing Dark Souls. You could just message them anytime, you know, say, yo man, what level are you, what soul memory are you, do you want to play, do you want to help me with this? That's what my goal is. Like, if I was not myself, and I was playing Dark Souls as some other person in maybe a yeah, okay, you guys know what I'm saying. I can't say that word, so fuck you. But if I was another person playing Dark Souls, you know, and this did happen to me personally, like I didn't have anybody to play with, and and my connection's shit as well, so you know, that just, it was really sad. And Dark Souls is fun alone, but if you can't get past a certain area in a certain amount of time, you just get so annoyed, frustrated, and you get bored. And you just kind of want to play with somebody else, and that's what I want. Like, imagine having somebody to kind of, you just go on their friends list, you see a bunch of people, you're like, maybe, you know, see, look, this guy's in a party, maybe I can join it, maybe we can sort something out to play on Dark Souls, you know, something like that. That's what I'm aiming for. So yeah, just stuff like that. And oh Jesus, I went off topic with this question, but this is what happens when you ask me such a in-depth question that, you know, like, that's deep, man. Why just start YouTube, you know? Jesus. Anyway, thanks for the question, man. Next one comes, next one is asks, fucking hell, what is wrong with me? I mean, I haven't slept in a while back, Jesus. So the next question comes from DV Parasite, and he says, what made you want to play Dark Souls? Like, I don't really understand that question. I mean, I'm just gonna assume he means how I started to play Dark Souls, or why I still play Dark Souls, seeing, you know, because it's an old game. So I started playing Dark Souls when it came out on Xbox 360 for free, not when it like actually came out. Maybe it came out for free maybe a year and a half later. I downloaded it, and I fell in love with it. Like, I was shit at first, as everybody probably would be. But I started to really like the game. It was literally my type of game. The customization, the weapons, the way you could create a character to your liking. And that was when I didn't even know if the online was a thing, PvP was a thing, and yeah, I don't know, man. I just really started to love the game because it was my game, you know. It was literally like me in a way. I don't know, it was perfect. It was perfect. I was looking for a game like that where you could level up, you know, do shit like that, kill bosses, go to new areas. And eventually I just started playing it and playing it and playing it. I completed it, then I completed it again, and I completed it like a million times. And then eventually I started doing PvP. I was really bad, which obviously demotivated me to play. But then I got better, and then it kind of escalated. So anyway, man, thanks for the question, and I need to fucking hurry up before the video ends. Anyway, the next question comes from Dark Venom 363. Sorry for the sirens. I live near, but anyway, I thought the video just like froze or something, so sorry for the pause. But the next question is from Venom363, and he asks, what is the best RPG you have played? Honestly, man, I don't really play RPGs. I'm not really into computer games. I mean, I don't know, I just don't feel like there's any point in me buying games when I could just buy them for Xbox. It's like so much more convenient, you know, instead of having to, you know, buy equipment for, not equipment, like parts for your PC, and like making the correct specifications for like a game. And I don't know, I've always been a console gamer. I have a PC, I have a good PC, but I'm just not into PC games. But since you asked about the RPG, I remember when I was maybe 9 years old or 10, there was a game I used to play called Sherwood Dungeons? I don't know, it was kind of an old game as far as I know. It's still up to date. You can check it out. It's pretty fun. It's also a medieval game where you level up, so, you know, you can kind of tell that I love those games. But and that's why I played them. So you can see, you know, it's not just now that I love games like that. Even when I was like 9 and 10, I still loved games like this. So there you go. Sherwood Dungeon, that's probably one of the best because it's one of the only I've played. So yeah, I mean, unless Dark Souls is an RPG, which it might be, but yeah, so it's definitely Dark Souls if Dark Souls is an RPG. But yeah, next question, and thanks by the way. The next question comes from I am 911 chilled or child, and his question is, what is your favorite franchise? I'm gonna assume he's talking about games because again, I don't really see this being relevant if it wouldn't be about games. But my favorite, like Dark Souls, sums up my favorite franchise. Like maybe a bit too much magic. I do like realism. I'm not gonna lie, I love realism, but the magic suits Dark Souls 1. It really does. So Dark Souls pretty much sums up, Skyrim, Dark Souls are like, those kind of games. That's the franchise. Medieval with sorcery and shit like that. Not too much sorcery. I usually never use magic in games like that because just, I don't know, just you can make Skyrim and Dark Souls a pretty realistic game if you don't use magic. So, it's pretty good. That's my favorite franchise. Medieval, that's it. There you go. The easiest way to say it. Thanks for the question, man. Appreciate it. And that's it. That's all the questions done in under 30 minutes. I'm so happy. So anyway, guys, I'm just gonna finish off by saying a few things quickly. Making a few apologies for the inconvenience that I caused for a lot of people with the video. You guys really, I mean, I didn't get any hate for it, like honestly, which is something I'm really happy about and need to thank you for. Thank you for taking it easy on the whole thing. I know a lot of you were prepared and excited and hyped. To be honest with you, I was as well. It was something I was looking forward to, but you guys have to put yourself in my shoes just for a couple of seconds and just imagine having to organize like 20 fights where people don't have the soul memory that you have, the level that you have, and you're kind of required to suit their needs in a way. Not that it's like a bad thing, but I mean, I couldn't really change my level for one person because then the next one I'll fight, I'll have to change my level for again. And it just got so complicated, so complex in such a short amount of time. It just really, really did. It like started stressing me, and I was like, oh shit, this isn't gonna go out in time. I've only got 3 days, and on the first day, I tried organizing 4 fights, and none of them were even close to being successful. Like none of them. Some people like sent me messages saying, okay, let's fight. And I sent them a message back saying, okay, man, what's your level? I didn't even ask what's your level because they should know. And then he's like, okay, I'm putting my sign down here, there, and then he puts it down. In like 5 minutes, I've been waiting there to summon him, and I'm like, yo, man, are you like not human or something? Or, are we like different levels? And he says, and then I sent him a message saying, and this isn't, I'm not like talking about anybody specifically, there were a lot of people that did this, and I sent them a message saying, so what's your level, man? And they send me a message like 400, and then there's me just clapping my face pretty much like, dude, I know I may have not been really specific, but I do remember saying things like, you have to be 125 or 180 for Dark Souls 2. And I know I wasted a lot of people's time, but again, I wasted my own time. And not that my time is like a prioritized thing over yours or whatever, but you guys have to understand I failed and wasted the same amount of time as you guys did. So sorry, really, honestly sorry. And Jesus, this is a 26-minute video. This is a record. And by the way, which reminds me, actually, I completely forgot. You guys know that 25-minute video on Dark Souls 2? Yeah, I'm gonna be making another one, but this one's gonna be Dark Souls 1. I feel like it's only fair, if I made a Dark Souls 2 video that's 25 minutes, that makes all my subscribers that like Dark Souls 2 more than Dark Souls 1 a lot happier. So I'm gonna actually make up for that. Not make up, just kind of counteract the fact that I'm prioritizing a game over another. So and yeah, I'm gonna make another video that's 25 minutes, and I have 3 days left until school, which is really depressing. So yeah. So that video is probably going to be the last video. Well, not the last video. I'm still going to be uploading. It's just not going to be daily, or it's not going to be every 5 days maybe. It's going to be like every week, maybe even a month. I don't want to say that because that really, really doesn't sound too good. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Honestly, I appreciate it so much. Thanks for 100 subscribers. It means the absolute world. You know, your support, everything. Um, you know who you guys are, the real subscribers who actually, you know, comment, send me messages. I'm not a whore, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna shut up now, but thanks guys, honestly, it means a lot, and we did it so fast. Like, I remember just less than a month ago I was at 50 and now we're at 100 so fast, you know. I don't know, maybe I did something, or maybe it's just the Dark Souls community. So anyway, see you later guys.